This football season, Spark, SDPN, and Drew and Stu have teamed up to create Drew and Stu Pick'em, a weekly NFL game where you'll pick each week every single game that happens in the league against the spread. So hit up the link in the description right now. You can just go to the link and then click there, sign up, and you can follow along with the leaderboards and all of our picks at SDPN, and everybody who's participating, you'll see all of our picks there. I'm going to get into the fine details of how this game works and how I'll be doing it in 1 second, but first, I have to tell you that this episode is brought to you by DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. It's about anytime TDs, live bets that ride every momentum shift. DraftKings is the place you need to be to bet on the NFL. That is DraftKings Sportsbook. Listen up. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SDPN, that's SDPN, to get the $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, this crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Fees may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after assurance. See sportbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer. And now that all of the bureaucracy is out of the way, let's get to these picks. So how Drew and Stu Pick'em works, you pick every game in the week. I already explained that. There's 16 games this week. Everybody's in action in week 1. And then there are gold, silver, and bronze picks. So gold, you get to +3 on your picks, not just worth 1. It ends up being worth 4. You get to select 1 each week for your gold, silver, and bronze. Silver is worth +2. Bronze is worth +1. And how I'm going to do it here is I am going to have a 30-second countdown. You can see it on the screen if you're watching on the YouTube channel. I'm going to have a 30-second countdown for each of my picks. I'm gonna come up with some sort of snappy name, Jesse's 30-second picks or something like that. Picks in 30, picks 30 picks. I don't know, something, but I'm giving myself 30 seconds to decide who I want for each and every game. As you can see there, I've already selected the Eagles. I did a little test run. I just clicked the Eagles and it worked. It worked. The Eagles did work. So that one's going to be my first pick. But I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock and we're going to go through them and I'll reset 30 seconds as we go to each and every game. So 30 seconds on the clock. Jesse's quick picks. That might be it. Jesse's 30-second quick picks might be it. All right, awesome. Eagles, I got 20 seconds left. I'm taking the -7.5. Drew and Stu are both on Cowboys +7.5. I think it's overthinking to select the Cowboys in this situation. The Eagles, coming off the Super Bowl win, they are the best team in the league, bar none. They still have the best skill position players out of any group. I think it's a demolish of the Cowboys on Thursday to open the season. That's 30 seconds right there. I think you select the Cowboys like Drew and Stu did. You are overthinking things. You're thinking they're coming off the Micah Parsons trades. You know, nobody's going to be on the Cowboys. Let me take them plus the points. No, the Eagles are going to win this by running away. It's going to be a 14-point win. Maybe not 14, maybe not that much, but I'm thinking like a 10-point victory for the Eagles. I've run over 30 seconds for my first pick, so let's move on. We got Chiefs, Chargers. It is Kansas City -3, Chargers +3. 30 seconds on the board. Let's do this thing. I think I have to select the Chiefs, even though I really want to select the underdog Chargers here, because I think this is going to be a bit of a step back year for the Chiefs. Last year, they shouldn't have been as good as they were. You know how many one-score games they shouldn't have won last year? And I feel like that luck is going to run out this season, but they do win the opener coming off the Super Bowl loss. They got embarrassed by the Eagles. I think they come focused week 1. 30 seconds is up. Chiefs taking the -3. I agree with Drew and Stu there. Ooh, there's a little pick submitted successfully animation there. Moving on, let's get 30 seconds back on the board here. It is up. Cardinals, Saints. Cardinals are -6.5. Saints are +6.5. This to me is so easy. Everybody is sleeping on the Cardinals, the Arizona Cardinals this year. I think they come out ball of fire, unexpected. They handle the Saints easy. They win by a touchdown. I think the Saints are getting the first pick in the draft this upcoming year. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the league, and you got to lose a whole bunch of games. So I'm just going to go with the easy pick and think they're going to start with a loss, and they don't have enough points to cover the spread there of 6.5. Saints, one of the worst teams in the league. Not going to pick them to win week 1. Next up, the Carolina Panthers and Jacksonville Jaguars. The Panthers are, let me start this clock, 30 seconds on the board. Panthers underdogs, +2.5. Jacksonville, the favorites, -2.5. This is the first time I'm selecting an underdog all week. I want the Panthers +2.5. Bryce Young, I thought at the end of the season was really coming into his own. I'm a big fan of Chuba Hubbard. I think they're an up-and-coming team with more weapons than people think. McMillan is also, I think, going to have a good season. Surprise a lot of people. He's a good fantasy pickup. Panthers, give me them over the lowly Jags. I am against Drew and Stu there as well. 30 seconds is up. Bengals, Browns. So the Bengals are notorious. 30 seconds is starting now. Notorious for starting slow. They don't win games early at all. But this year, I think they throw up a whole bunch of points on the lowly Cleveland Browns. I think it's a disservice to your money to put money week 1 on the Browns. Things in week 1 usually go a little more chalk than you'd think because teams have so much time to plan for their week 1 opponent. So I'm going to go Bengals, cover that -5.5 over the Browns. That is 30 seconds up. I almost nailed that 30 seconds. Well done there, me. All right. Raiders, Patriots. Let me start this clock. Raiders are getting a lot of buzz, but I think the Patriots' buzz is better and more correct. The Raiders are like, hey, we're the Brock Bowers show. I don't even want to if I get into too much about the Raiders, I'm going to waste all my 30 seconds. We're already at 10 seconds left. Let's go bet on the Patriots and Drake May getting finally a couple more wins in his career to start this season, and the Patriots getting some wins early on. They're starting their season on a good note with a real coaching staff this time, because last year they did not have one, and this year I think everything is going to be trending upwards for the Pats there. I think Stefon Diggs got more than what people are giving him credit for in his age. So Pats -3. Give me them. Give me the favorites here. This is going to be my gold pick. So 30 seconds on the clock. I want the Dolphins over the Colts. Are you kidding me? How does anybody think that the Colts home favorites -1.5, Dolphins getting points on the road? Everybody is so low on the Dolphins. It is ridiculous to me that we are not making the Dolphins favorites here. Like, it's still Tua, Tyreek, I know, and Achane. Like, I get that injuries are a problem, but in week 1, everybody's healthy. Are you kidding me? So I'm going to go up to my gold picks. I'm going to pick Miami as my gold pick. It says medal selection successful beauty. So there we have gold pick Miami +1.5. I can't believe they're an underdog here. And I can't believe my gold pick is an underdog. So Miami +1.5 against the Colts. All right, Giants, Commanders. This is a tough one because I think the Giants got a real shot at covering the spread here. Let me start the 30 seconds. I'm of the opinion, I'm raising my hand right now, that Washington has a step-back year. Jaden Daniels has a step-back year where it's like everybody's learning what he can do in the second year of his NFL career. I think they overachieved last season. The Washington Commanders are one of the oldest teams in the league. I don't want to ride with them in week 1. I'm going to side with Drew and Stu here and think that the Giants cover the spread +6 against the Commanders. Giants +6 against the Commanders is what I want. Steelers, Jets. Let me start this 30-second timer over again. It is on. I want the New York Jets. I think Justin Fields is better than what people are giving him credit for. In this offense, I think he can cook and work. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers end up somewhere in that Mike Tomlin 8-9 wins area. But I like the Jets as home dogs here to start the season. And even if the Jets don't have a good season, I feel like coming out of the gate, Justin Fields at his peak is a decent quarterback. Can he maintain that all season long? No. But him and Allen working back there, Garrett Wilson is a fantastic wide receiver. I think they have the weapons offensively, and if their defense can hold, which it did throughout periods last season, the Jets did not have a terrible defense. I think week 1, they get things together. 30 seconds is up. But I don't know if they have a good season. Week 1, home dogs. Give me the Jets +2.5. The Steelers are -2.5. Bucks, Falcons. So this one's a little tough, and I'm going to throw on the clock there. I'm going to go whenever I don't know really what direction. I think the two teams are pretty even. The spread here says that they are pretty even, -2.5. The Bucks are favorited over the Falcons, home dogs. I'm going to go with the road favorites of the Buccaneers. I know some people think that the Falcons are going to surprise a lot of people, but I think the Falcons are going to end up as one of the worst teams in the league in a fairly easy division. I don't think there's a lot of wins outside of that division for the Falcons, so I'm going to side with the Buccaneers here, -2.5. We have here my silver pick. I'll start the clock on this one. 49ers -2.5 against the Seahawks. I think the 49ers are due for a huge bounce back season, and it all starts with them taking care of business against the Seattle Seahawks. I see the 49ers' future, and I see Brock Purdy throwing for a bunch of yards to Ricky Pearsall, and even though they have injuries there in that skill position group, and everybody's worried about McCaffrey's bilateral Achilles tendon thing that he's got going on, how long will he stay healthy, and Juwan Jennings has his thing, and Ayuk's going to be out, they still got Pearsall, Kittle, and a great defense, and Brock Purdy. And I think they win easily, at least by 3 points here against the Seahawks to open this season. This is a tough one. This next one, the odds makers did not make this one easy. Broncos -7.5, 30 seconds is on the board, against the Titans +7.5. This is a large spread for the Broncos to cover. And I'm going to side with the Broncos because they are this offseason's darling. And I'm telling you, I bought into the hype. I think they're going to win the division over the Chiefs. And I think they're just the better team this year, I'm going to take them as massive home favorites, -7.5 over the Titans, who should be absolutely terrible. So I'm going to say the Broncos cover there, -7.5. Next up, the Lions and Packers. This is a tough one, but I'm going to take the Lions as dogs. I don't think the Lions should be dogs in many situations. I think everybody, because the Lions lost 42 coaches, I get it. They lost every coordinator that they employed. They lost every statistician because everybody took all of their people because they were a really good team the last couple of years. The players are still there. I feel like the players are still there, and it wasn't just all the coordinators. I think they're still a titan in the NFC. They have a great season. Starts with a win as dogs against the Packers on the road. Next up, Texans. Let's get 30 seconds back up. Texans, Rams. I got the Rams jersey behind me right there. I'm going with Drew and Stu, who also picked the Rams as -2.5 favorites over the Texans +2.5. So I'm selecting the Rams here. This pick is pending the health of Matthew Stafford. Like, who knows how healthy Mr. Stafford will be, but I am hoping that his back is all right and that the Rams go out there and they win this game against the Texans. So 37-year-old Stafford, hopefully he's all fine in week 1 and nothing looks too crazy. But let's hope everything holds up and the Rams can get this -2.5 victory. Sunday night, the game of the week easily. Let's start this 30 seconds. Ravens against the Bills. I'm taking Bills +1. The spread is fairly even, but they are giving the advantage to the Ravens -1. Bills +1. I think this is a ridiculous spread. I don't understand how the Bills can't be favorites at home, like especially against a team they've proven they can beat. I don't agree with this spread. I think it should be flipped. Bills -1. So smart money goes, take your point, pick the Bills, and that's what I'm going to do. Josh Allen gets a victory in week 1. Lastly, a game this is a bad game. I'm going to watch it because it's the only game that's going to be on television at the time. Bears +2 against the Vikings -2. Smart money is Vikings. J.J. McCarthy doesn't have too much of a drop-off from Sam Darnold. I'm like, on this pick. I'm not really sure. I don't like either of these teams. I don't know if the Vikings are a playoff team. I don't think the Bears are a playoff team. Caleb Williams, year 2. Maybe he surprises at home on Monday Night Football. Last time we saw the Vikings, they were choking their season away in week 17 and then in the playoffs as well. So I'm thinking this one is a Vikings victory road, even though I should pick the home dog. This is one of the hardest ones. I guess I'll side with Drew and Stu. They'll be my tiebreaker. Both of them picked Vikings -2. I'll side with the smart guys, the experts who do this thing. And I need to go back up to the top, pick my bronze pick, and that's going to be the Buffalo Bills against the Ravens. Bills -1, or +1, I should say. Josh Allen does it to the Ravens. That is my bronze pick. And that is Drew and Stu Pick'em, brought to you by Spark. If you want to play along with SDPN and everybody else who's participating in Drew and Stu Pick'em, click the link in the description right now. There's going to be a leaderboard that you can access once the picks start rolling in. You can see all of our picks from the people at SDPN. It's a lot of fun. Click the link in the description. Play along all season long. You'll have this coming from me every single Monday during the NFL season. This will drop in the morning time. You'll have my picks, and I'll talk a little about the week that was throughout these picks. I'll see if I'll stick to the 30-second timer. Jesse's quick picks. 30-second quick picks is maybe what we'll name it. We'll see. I'll tweak it as we go along and just make sure we have maximum fun while we're doing this thing. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but chose to be listening or watching right now, and I appreciate you for that. Good night from Toronto.